Hi all. So first I want to address the last week. I did need to take some time to myself and restructure a lot of things for myself. But I've come back refreshed and ready to try something new. I would love to try a channeled reading of sorts. I think it would be classified as a channeled reading. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to draw 3 different readings with these cards. And so there will be 3 groups of people. And they will be separated in the timestamps. So you can skip around as necessary. Yeah, let's get started. I did pre-shuffle the cards beforehand, so I'm going to pull, and we're going to do this kind of like a I believe it's called a Celtic cross, similar to it. So we will be doing the energy that you're coming from, the energy you're in now, and the energy in the future. And then purely because I only have so much space on my table here, I'm going to pull 3 clarifier cards on the side and a cross. What's crossing you? I think I will leave out the other 2 cards. Again, purely because of the space I have available to me here. And then I will pull a Oracle of Ascendance card from this deck here. I haven't shuffled this deck, so I'll be shuffling this deck in a bit. And I also have this deck here. These are gemstones. I use gemstones regularly in my life, and they have been very useful for me. I know some of them are backwards, but they're not meant to be read backwards. So we'll do the reading, the Oracle of Ascendance, and then I will pull a crystal that may be of assistance. And this is going to be a timeless reading. So you can, whenever this video comes up is when you're meant to see it. All right, let's begin. Okay, Spirit, show me what group 1 needs to know. I'm shuffling these a bit differently too, rather than going like this, which is sometimes difficult for me. I am just doing this, and then if nothing comes out, of course, I will shuffle the other way. But all in the spirit of exploring a new craft. And while I'm at it, I really appreciate all of you who are here with me. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So that is the energy you're coming from. I will still be using my online resource to help interpret as I am still, for the most part, learning. And actually, one second, I need to turn off the AC. There's a noise I've been trying to address in my AC. I think some metal is hitting each other in the vents. And I don't want that to interfere with the audio. It'll turn off shortly. Spirit, please show me what's going on for group 1. What does group 1 need to know? Ooh. The only issue with shuffling this way is that large groups of cards want to come out. Let me switch up and shuffle the other way. Oh, okay. The energy that you are currently in. What's in the background is a tree of life frequency. I play frequencies a lot throughout my day. They help me center and ground. The other way. They're so slippery, these cards. Might you see this? Oh, we got one though. This didn't quite pop out. It kind of just slipped from my hands. We're going to use it. This to me already feels like a work in progress. Okay, may I get 3 clarifiers, please? Thank you. 10 of stakes. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer deck. It's one of my favorite shows. I rewatch it pretty often. It's a comfort show. I do have the tarot card guidebook. So I will take a peek at the guidebook while I'm interpreting. But I do get more of a bigger picture using the online sources. I hope everyone is doing well after this last week, this Aquarius full moon, this Mercury retrograde, which has just ended. We are still in the shadow period after it's ended, but it is officially ended as of today. Spirit, may I get 2 more clarification cards for group 1? Let's try again this way. Oh, okay. When my finger is able to catch on the card, it's easier for cards to come out. When I first started playing around with tarot cards, oh, the 3rd card might not fit. It's okay, we can put this one here, and then I'll put the other one right here. When I first started playing around with tarot cards, I would shuffle like this all the time. And then more recently, I learned to shuffle like this. That one almost came out. What did we almost have? The Ace of Scythes reversed. And this way is a little easier, except that sometimes the cards are too smooth and my finger doesn't catch. There's a lot of things. One more card, please, Spirit. Oh, thank you. The Page of Stakes. And what's crossing you? Queen of Stakes. We'll put this down here, actually. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. The Wheel of Fortune for the energy that you are coming from. Noise with my pop socket. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Upright. This is a card about change, cycles. Cycles completing, cycles beginning. But definitely some change, some big change recently for you. Let's see if we can get a little bit more context. Here, I'll read you the meaning from the Labyrinthos website. The Wheel of Fortune turns evermore, seemingly to communicate that life is made up of both good and bad times, and that the cycle is one that we cannot control. It is something that is subjected to both kings and workers, and that nobody on earth can avoid what is fated. When you have good moments in your life, make sure that you enjoy to the fullest, for what comes up must always go down. The same is true in reverse. When you are in a bad situation, things will eventually become better again. Let's take a look at what it says in the guidebook for the Wheel of Fortune. Let me know what you think of the music in the comments. And if you have any suggested frequencies. I really love, I believe they're called solfeggio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Solfeggio frequencies. I use them a lot in meditation. The Wheel of Fortune is card number 10. Here we go. This card finds you deeply connected to the cyclical nature of life. Sinea, who was the first slayer, stands as a reminder to take joy where you can, face sorrow when you must, and know that nothing is permanent. Upright Wheel of Fortune says that much like Sinea wasn't given a choice in her destiny, you may need to accept that your current situation is outside of your control. You cannot win a fight against change. You must simply accept it as part of your life and focus your energy on what you can do. So much like the definition on the Labyrinthos website. Let's take a look at the Pentacles. That is the Nine of Pentacles, reversed. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles talks about being a little bit guarded. Maybe some of you living beyond your means. Material instability. So for this group, you may be dealing with some financial issues that are weighing on you. And, you know, because of this Wheel of Fortune, you are coming to realize how much of a priority this needs to be for you. Let's take a look more in depth at the description. The Nine of Pentacles reversed can be indicative of suffering from financial issues. It can perhaps indicate a false display of security and stability. There may be a desire here to keep up appearances, to have all the finer things in life, even when we cannot afford to do so. Where does this stem from? Take this as an opportunity for you to figure out what is most important. The Nine of Pentacles reversed indicates a moment when one truly sees, perhaps for the first time, that we cannot depend completely on material wealth to bring happiness. Other meanings of this card differ with context. You may instead find yourself at a period in life where you should be able to rest and relax after years of hard work, but you find yourself unable to unwind. In this case, rejuvenation is the ultimate advice of the Nine of Pentacles reversed. You need to take a few steps back and allow yourself to rest and regain your strength. In love, this also has to do with being guarded, which for this particular group might be part of the issue. Perhaps there's a mismatch in your financial status and the financial status of your loved one or of someone that you are romantically interested in, and maybe that's coming up for you and is a focus for you right now. Finance, career, yeah. Okay, the Star reversed for the energy in your immediate future, or the energy coming up for you. And just as I'm going to call it a word of guidance, this energy can change. This energy can change tomorrow. This energy can change tomorrow. This is only what I'm seeing currently, right now. The star reversed. The star, the star reversed. Faithlessness, insecurity, lack of faith, despair. I know. In this world, I'm so sorry about the break in your reading, Group 1. I had made it all the way to Group 3 before I realized that my storage had run out on my device. So we're going to be going through these last cards that I didn't get to in the first portion of the reading. I believe I was at the point of reading the description of the star reversed on Labyrinthos. One second. I wish I could remember what I was going to say at the start with the phrase "in this world." I really don't remember, but I feel as though it was something related to detachment and trusting the process. When the star card is reversed, it means that you are feeling as though everything has turned against you. The challenges that you would normally see as exciting seem instead to make you feel as though you cannot overcome them. You have lost faith in something, whether inside yourself or with something you normally find dear. Without hope, without faith, we cannot find the motivation to progress forward in the challenges we face. Where in your life are you feeling hopeless? In what ways do you already feel defeated? And how does that affect your actions? The star reversed asks us to nurture our sense of hope and positive energy to help propel our actions with joy instead of fear. Take a look at this 10 of stakes. By the way, I already have, I remembered what Oracle of Ascendant card I got for you, as well as what gemstones I got for you. So I'll be putting those in view after we get through these cards. So the 10 of Wands. Burden, responsibility, duty, stress, obligation, burning out, and struggles. This card shows that you have already completed the circle of struggle. After spending too many resources and lots of energy looking for success, you have finally overcome the obstacles. The sweat off your brow was worth it. Your efforts have finally been rewarded. You may find yourself living in a world of abundance where poverty and suffering have no chance to intervene. Although it sounds marvelous and satisfying, the card depicts a lot of responsibilities on your side. You are now the sole problem solver in your circle of family and friends, which could even propel you into another world of challenges. At this point, you are also flooded with responsibilities to maintain your success. The businesses that you have started are flourishing and keeping you on your toes. The main problem is that these issues could overwhelm you if you lose control, which requires you to make sure that you know how to prioritize and solve the relevant ones. In the real world, this card expresses how people try to burden themselves with responsibilities after they attain initial success. More challenges keep coming. You may find yourself looking after your parents, starting a family, and at the same time looking to others, which may make you feel as though you are not yet successful. It becomes a burden because at some point you find out nothing is enough to accomplish all of these duties. The general lesson of the card is that people should be moderate, prioritize, and understand that they cannot solve everything. Some things must be let go, given to others, the burden shared. For me, this card Group 1, I think some of you should have an important conversation with some important people in your life about your financial situation. I think that's what this card speaks on. This is a burden for you. For sure. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in your reading, but the financial and the romantic relationship aspects, they coincide. They go hand in hand for you, for this group. The 5 chalices. 5 chalices are the 5 of Cups. Loss, grief, self-pity. Disappointment, sadness, mourning, discontent, feeling let down. The 5 of Cups symbolizes disappointment and the feelings that come when things go differently than you expected. You are feeling unhappy that a certain situation hasn't really turned out the way you had hoped it would. Instead of moving toward a more positive perspective, this card seems to say that you are dwelling in the past, inducing feelings of self-pity and regret. The water, which is actually spilled from the cups, shows that you might have missed an opportunity. It also shows that the problem is mostly emotional and not material or financial. Though this description says that for this group specifically, this does relate to finance in a very big way. The meaning of the 5 of Cups shows that you may have certain issues letting go of things which are in the past. What is more, it also shows that you are unwilling to learn from mistakes that you have already committed. This card is often going to reflect a person who is so caught up in his past that he is absolutely incapable of moving on. This means that he has a high chance of missing out on what new joys the future can bring. For some of you in Group 1, there are 2 issues here. Something romantic did not work out the way you had wanted it to. This is true also for Group 2, though I don't remember what cards I pulled for them. But in any case, this is an issue that affects a lot of it affects people in a similar situation as you in this way. But for you specifically, it is connected as well to your finances. For group one, some of you are searching for new meaning in your career. You're searching for a new career. And there is also a potential that you are either mourning or thinking about. The Page of Stakes. The Page of Stakes. The Page of Wands. Exploration, excitement, freedom. There was an important decision that needed to be made. And for a lot of you in group one, you are the one who made it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, but you made that decision for the betterment of everyone involved. The Page of Stakes, adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energetic, fearless, extroverted. When we see the Page of Wands, we see a youth with enormous excitement and curiosity for the world. He knows what to do, he has the passion to succeed, but due to his inexperience and maybe a little fear of the unknown, his ideas remain abstract. He identifies new worlds to explore, new opportunities he could take advantage of quite easily, and he is even gifted with the big picture vision needed to succeed. Even with all of this, he still has a tendency to either remain dormant or get easily distracted with one idea after the other. If he doesn't learn to control this, it might be that he squanders the opportunities to advance himself. When you get the Page of Wands, it simply means something is within you, something that triggers you to make discoveries, indulge in investments, or take the next step, the next advancement in life. You could be just about to take a move on a certain idea, but some conflicting messages keep coming up to your mind, and you get discouraged. This card resembles your inner battles, which are preventing you from expressing your heroism to the world, to let the world know that you exist for a reason. If you are wise enough, this card is normally a trigger of courage. It should make you overcome the personal discouragements and move forward boldly to launch your ideas in the real world. Remove fear, gather your resources, and do something. Let the world know that you are there and you have no jokes about moving forward in the path that you choose. Conquer every obstacle. Let your ideas shine and be known to the world, because this card indicates a level of success that can only be achieved when courage is deployed. The turning of this wheel has inspired ideas in you. You are thinking of the possibilities. You have set down some boundaries regarding, I feel for group one specifically, if it involves romance, you have set some boundaries there. But as far as career goes, there are ideas flowing within you. And it's important not to get lost in them and to just go for it on any one of your ideas. I understand wanting to do many things. Sometimes when you have a lot of interests, it can be difficult to decide on a particular one to go for. but this clarifier indicates you are being prompted to explore. Crossing you is the Queen of Stakes, so the Queen of Wands. Courage, determination, joy, in reverse, selfishness, jealousy, insecurity. The image depicted in the Queen of Wands shows a queen sitting proudly on a throne while facing forwards, which is a clear symbol of strength and fire. She is holding a sunflower in her left hand, and the image of the sunflowers are also carved on the throne, meaning happiness, satisfaction, and fertility. In her right hand, she is holding her wand, which is starting to blossom and symbolizes life. In her positive aspects, the Queen of Wands can be associated with fidelity, sustenance, and warmth. Her hidden side is hinted at with the placement of the black cat at her feet, which is traditionally a symbol of witchcraft and occultism, but can also point at her ability to grasp with her deep intuition. I think now is a good time to share the Oracle of Ascendance card that I had pulled. Mars reversed. Where Venus tells you to grow from a place of calm love and reserve, the energy of Mars tells you that the time for action is now, because victory is at hand. This planet governs action, courage, determination, victory, and masculinity. It is associated with the Greek god Ares. Its energies also reflect the positive characteristics associated with conflict, determination, and resolve. When this card appears inverted in your reading, be wary of rushing too quickly into a situation, especially if it is a newly proposed one. Sometimes the rash actions associated with this card grant defeat rather than victory. Be cautious at first, then when you feel ready, plunge ahead. And this card speaks to both the romantic and the financial situation. As far as finance is concerned, really trying to hone in on what it is you're most interested in. And then as far as romance goes, rethinking your approach. Setting that important boundary and moving forward with grace and with hope. The cards I had gotten for you are the crystal cards. Our citrine, golden healer, and rhodochrosite. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Rhodochrosite. I'm not sure. Let me read you the descriptions of these gemstones. Citrine. A stone of joy and abundance. Citrine helps you to interact creatively with the world. It promotes inner calm. You spend too much time worrying about home, family, and finances. Remember, you are an abundant being who manifests what you need. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. Joyful play creates a wonderful world. Be grateful, for you are blessed. Accept constructive criticism. Become emotionally balanced, letting feelings flow naturally. Take time out for joyful play. Self-regard heals a damaged child. Abundance is all around you. You attract success and prosperity. Stop worrying, be optimistic, and allow life to happen. Trust your intuition and perception. Consult the wise child within. Your thoughts on the bigger picture are correct. That decision that you made recently, If there is family discord, harmony is restored through praise. In this situation, I want to say through love for group 1. True abundance comes from within. If you nurture your desires, you will bring joy to your wise child self. The Golden Healer. Golden healers are imbued with powerful, transformative healing energies. They are a catalyst for profound spiritual activation. I'm wondering if that's the name of the stone. I will be looking this stone up after this reading. Understanding the quantum world helps you understand yourself. The everyday self is bounded by 5 senses, expanded by a 6th, metaphysics. But this can be transcended to move into a field that is non-local, everywhere and nowhere at once, where there is no time. You create the event being observed. Allow your soul, rather than your ego, to be your guide. Recognize your potential to be an amazing healer. Your abilities needed honing, and those who heal are soul scored to develop empathy. Much in your life needs transforming. Surrender willingly to the process. Someone clinging to the past holds you back. For some, it's another person. For some, it's yourself. And for some, it's both of you. Though, that being said, very important decisions have been made. Encourage them to let go. You may be asked to transform your environment or take on a challenging task. Do so with grace and ease. Healing flows through you. It is a process, not something you do. And rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite, or rhodochrosite, teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down, dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. It offers compassionate love and forgiveness. You face the truth with loving awareness. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. A history of abuse creates disease. Or you may have misused or feared your power in the past. You may be repressing something you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. Time for a change of viewpoint. Begin to seek the gifts in your experience rather than seeing the negative effects. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. Releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. Okay, group 2. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much. Okay, group 2. I did lose your reading. My device ran out of storage as I was recording, and I don't remember what cards I had out for you. The only cards I do remember that I had out are your Oracle of Ascendance card and your gemstones. And then I also remember the general guidance for your reading. I'm going to pull a new spread. I'm unsure if the Oracle of Ascendant card or the crystal cards will be relevant, but we're going to see how this goes. And I apologize for having lost the original reading. Let's see what we have. I could attempt to go through each of the cards and make an educated guess as to what was pulled, but I feel called to just do an entirely new spread, and that's okay. These things happen. We're going to shuffle 3 times. Spirit, what's going on with group 2? What does group 2 need to know? Spirit, if you can, please give me similar cards as the last time, as I would love to stick to that general guidance, though I understand if we are not able to get that this time around. Okay. The 4 of sides. Sorry, the 6 of sides. Thank you. Judgment. You, the Lovers. I am getting a similar storyline, though not the same cards. You. Okay. One more clarifier, please, for group 2. Too many cards. One more clarifier, please, for group 2. Let's try shuffling the other way. Let's see if that happens to. Thank you. Okay. Okay, and then for the energy that is crossing you, Thank you, thank you. Okay. The Four of Sides. Okay. Let's take a look at this Six of Scythes. The Six of Swords. Transition, leaving behind, moving on. Distance, accepting lessons. The meaning of the Six of Swords is that you are experiencing a transition of some kind, but one that is not happy and filled with regret. This transition will most likely be the result of decisions you or someone else made in the past, and now they are forcing you to leave something behind in order to move forward. Despite your sadness, you need to remember that moving on is the ideal option for your future. So, gratefully, I am receiving a similar storyline. There was a decision that was made recently that has to do with an opportunity that you really wanted, but that was necessarily missed or decided against. And it's hard to work through. There was a strong desire behind this decision, behind this opportunity, rather. There was a strong desire behind this opportunity, and the decision that needed to be made it made you sad. Life is filled with moments when you are going to be forced into letting go of things that you have become attached to. This might be challenging. The Six of Swords shows the sadness that you may be feeling, but you have to remember that the pain will not last, so you should look instead to the future for strength. In life, there will be times that the only way to fix a problem is to leave it and move to start anew. You may feel like this is the coward's way out, but escape is the only approach that is left when you have tried all other methods. And it does not have to be forever. Attachment is a very prominent word that comes to mind for group 2. Struggle with detachment from a certain outcome. The Six of Swords is to plan using your logic, clarity, and objectivity about where you are now, where you have been, and where you want to go. Intuition can help, but you need to think logically to ensure your success. Yeah. Impatience. Impatience comes to mind for some of you. You are ready for something that is not ready for you. Understandably, that's very difficult to feel. The impatience that comes with that can be frustrating. In your current energy, judgment. Deliberation. Reflection reckoning, awakening. Some, perhaps some knowledge you weren't aware of for some of you, or something that you didn't want to look too closely at the time made itself apparent to you. And you find yourself evaluating the situation as a whole, how you feel about it, how those around you feel about it, and where you are headed. The traditional judgment meaning focuses on the moment when we reflect and evaluate ourselves and our actions. It is through self-reflection that we can have a clear and objective understanding about where we are now and what we need to do in order to grow as humans. The first time around, I felt the energy of this reading the most, because I feel the energy of the person, the people in this reading the most. Though this reading is not directly about me, I do see myself in some parts of this reading. So I do feel this reading. The judgment card appearing in a reading signifies that you are coming close to the significant point in your life where you must start to evaluate yourself if you are not already there, which for group 2, I feel you are already there. Some of you are well past being there and dip into that space because you are well versed in the practice of mindfulness and self-improvement and deliberation. And though that issue of detachment comes up, you are well aware of how to work through it. To see this card is an indication of a period of awakening brought on by the act of self-reflection, a healing, a necessary healing. You now have a clear idea of what you need to change and how you need to be true to yourself and your needs. This can mean making small changes to your daily life or making huge changes that not only affect you, but the people close to you. The judgment card reminds us that we all will be faced with choices that will have an astounding effect for your entire life. The card brings to mind moments where actions you have taken have changed the course of your path for good. There may have been a moment where there is no looking back. The consequences of those actions eventually will catch up to you. And this card seems to indicate that this is the time. Ooh, oh, I feel that one too. Something in the past. This connects to something that happened in your past, a decision that needed to be made in your past, which had a significant effect on you. And the situation you're in now brings up the very theme of that difficult decision in the past. And in your immediate future, the Lovers. This is, for the most part, for some of you, this may be about career, but for this particular group, for who I'm reading for, this is definitely in regards to love, 100%. Partnership. The Lovers. Partnership, relationships, choices, romance, balance, unity. The primary meaning with the Lovers is harmony, attractiveness, and perfection in a relationship. The trust and the unity that the lovers have gives each of them confidence and strength, empowering the other. The bond that they have created is very strong, and it can indicate that the two are joined in marriage and other close and intimate relationships. Another meaning behind the Lover's card is the concept of choice, a choice between things that are opposing and mutually exclusive. This could be a dilemma that you need to think about carefully and make the best decision for your situation. A more personal lover's meaning that can apply to individuals is the development of your own personal belief systems, regardless of what the societal norms are. We see this as a development from the Hierophant, who made decrees and passed on his knowledge through a standardized system. This is one of the times when you figure out what you are going to stand for and what your philosophy in life will truly be. This only applies to some of you. For the majority of you in group 2, you're eons ahead in this department. You should be as true to yourself as you can be, so you will be genuine and authentic to the people who are around you. An opportunity that you were ready for is not currently ready for you. The 10 of Stakes reversed. And though I say that, and you see the Lover's card here, I do not only speak of I do not only speak of a loving relationship between people. But this does refer to an opportunity related to the lovers, related to partnership. The 10 of Stakes. The 10 of Wands is what that is. The 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Reversed. Failure to delegate, shouldering too much responsibility, collapse, breakdown. You know, now that I remember, I did get this looked familiar to me. I did get this card upright in the initial pull. I'm still going to read it reversed because all of the other cards are different in the reading, though I do still get the same exact storyline. When the 10 of Wands card is reversed, it indicates that you are truly burdened by circumstances which are not necessarily in your life. Look around and see what is bothering you that will not positively impact yourself, even if you rectify it. Drop them all and be free. Be a free being that can think soberly and do things accurately. Anything that does not add value in your life is not worth your time, so let it go. This specifically speaks to the attachment, the desire. You wanted this. Whatever opportunity it was, you really, really wanted it deeply. And that can be difficult. That can be difficult to let go. There are aspects of burden in the situation. Maybe not directly for you, maybe for the person attached to you. Maybe it's not the right time. That is the main message. It is not the right time. And I know patience, a lack of patience can be annoying. And you're unsure of whether you will even feel the same in the future. But detachment is incredibly important at this time. What is for you will not pass you by. The 5 of Wands. The crux of the matter: competition, rivalry, conflict, tension, clashes of ego. There is a fear here. There is fear. This is fear to me in this situation. Whatever this opportunity is, whoever it's with, they are very similar to you in a lot of ways that might be triggering. They see in similar ways to you. Not to say that you are the same person. This person attached to you is a mirror to you, a beloved mirror. This is about someone else, about a different opportunity. For you in this reading, the Lovers is a support system. From the image on the card, the symbolism in the 5 of Wands suggests that there is a form of conflict in one's life. This may be an existing conflict or one that is brewing and may eventually blow up in one's face. I believe this is a conflict that occurred recently, maybe in the past week. We just had an Aquarius full moon, and we are just now wrapping up the Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It may also depict a problem in communication, for example, in a situation where no one really wants to listen to the other, meaning that no agreement or understanding takes place. I see this here in the way that perhaps this person attached to you made the decision for the both of you regarding this opportunity, and you wanted this. You wanted this. And that's disappointing. Much of this can be solved by taking the first step to try and initiate communication in such a way that you suggest that everyone airs out what they have to say one at a time. And I feel that you have. Group 2 is wise beyond their years. They have addressed this in a diplomatic manner, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you deeply. You can still feel disappointment and sadness. I understand. And for some of you, there could be an air of competition, for sure. A feeling of an anxiety, a fear of loss, purely due to the potential that this opportunity has to greatly affect your life. The Hanged Man reversed. Stalling, needless sacrifice, fear of sacrifice. Stagnation, standstill, avoiding sacrifice. This card can also indicate disinterest and apathy. But you wanted this opportunity. Some of you might feel disinterested now, but for a large majority of you, this is just this reversed Hanged Man and this judgment. There's a lot of thinking going on, a lot of contemplation about the situation, a lot of feeling. The reversal meaning of the Hanged Man represents a very specific period of time during which you feel as if you are sacrificing a significant amount of time while getting nothing in return. You might have felt as if certain things are at a state of an absolute standstill without any particular resolution or movement. It is as if you're putting your entire effort and attention into something, but nothing turns out as it should. I see the connection between group 1 and group 2. Perhaps group 1 is one of these partners and group 2 is the other. What's crossing you? The Four of Scythes. Rest, restoration, contemplation, restlessness, burnout, stress. There is a quiet stillness that is present in the Four of Swords, a sense of calm, peace, a sense of calm peace that is contrasted so deeply with the pain in the Three of Swords. Here in a church, there is a carving of a knight that lies upon a tomb with 3 swords hanging above him, while the 4th one lies beneath him. These 3 swords are a reminder of the suffering that he has endured in the earlier card. The position of the 4th sword seems to be a signal that the fight has ended. A child and a woman are depicted by the stained glass placed behind the statue, giving the scene a sense of warmth and welcome after a retreat. The knight has his hands positioned as if he is praying. This card is different because I'm describing the original Rider-Waite card, but the same sentiment still applies. You are still in a period of healing, though you have already spent so much energy in your healing. there's always more healing to be done. And that's okay. All right, let me share what I got for you as far as the Oracle of Ascendance and the crystal cards. Let's read the Oracle of Ascendance first. The energy of Leo. For some of you, there's heavy Leo energy in your chart, or the person you are connected to has heavy Leo energy in their chart. 97. Leo is the fixed fire sign ruled by the sun and represents ruling, warmth, generosity, faithfulness, and initiation. All fire signs have in common the desire for freedom of action and the power to do what they wish. When Leo appears, you are being reminded that warmth and praise can often bring more rewards than teeth and claws. Remember, you have the ability to wield either with discretion, if necessary. Have faith in yourself and your abilities. Be who you are and do good for others. Your actions do not go unnoticed and will be rewarded accordingly. Refer to the Sun Fire cards for additional clarification and information. I don't believe we have to. This perfectly encapsulates the guidance I believe Group 2 requires for this situation. There's a part of Group 2, I believe, that has a very sharp edge to your sword, and that's part of this judgment process here. You want to trust. You want to decide what's best for you. Hey buddy, it's my cat. What's going on? Hi. Funny that he comes out when I'm reading the Leo card. Yeah, I think that you have both a strong capability of leading with love and also a very strong protectiveness about you that can maybe, if not honed correctly, if not used in conjunction with your intuition. Oh, I'm so sorry. One moment. Where was I? If you're not using your intuition to guide you in this situation, to properly assess the influences going on behind the scenes for other people that are involved here, you may have a tendency to be sharper than is necessary. And I think that this Leo in your life, the energy that you're being called to, I think it would definitely be beneficial in this situation. I'm trying to remember a phrase, something about bees and honey. I really don't remember. Let's read the crystal cards. So this is a clear quartz. This doesn't refer to a crystal called the soulmate card, or called the soulmate crystal. This is the energy of two crystals. Which is why initially I pulled another crystal, because I wanted a useful gemstone that you could use. You can also use this clear quartz, but I felt called to pull another card for you. Okay, so let's read the soulmate card. Okay. Two crystals side by side, a complement to your soul. This is what people mean when they ask for a soulmate. This is when two people in an intimate relationship are united, both with the higher parts of each of your souls. You yearn to be loved, but does this come from a black hole you need to fill? Perhaps, again, a situation connected to another situation from your past. Black holes can be filled only from the inside by loving yourself fully and integrating different facets of your being. This means embracing deep intimacy between yourself and another at the spiritual and physical levels. A soulmate. I'm sorry, I missed that word. I skipped right over it for some reason. A soulmate means embracing deep intimacy between yourself and another at the spiritual and physical levels. Old heartbreak may need to be healed, ties with a past companion cut, or vows renegotiated. Prepare for open-hearted, intimate, unconditional love. Decide whether you want a soulmate with the soul lessons that implies. A companion of your heart. You don't need anyone else to make you complete. A soulmate complements your own wholeness. Chrysocolla. Tranquil and sustaining. Chrysocolla encourages you to remain serene and strong during change or challenge. Dissolving destructive emotional programming, it increases energy assimilation. You have infinite capacity for forgiveness. Love yourself. If you cannot accept yourself, you cannot give love or accept the love of others. To heal your emotional black hole, connect to the universal love that is inside you. It never runs out. You can then give love out to the world and receive it in a never-ending flow. Forgive yourself. Accept with equanimity what you cannot change. Let go of hurt and rectify situations that can be healed. Be magnanimous. Remain impartial and speak your own truth, but recognize when to keep silent. Magical rituals may keep you chained to the past. There may be past life trauma to heal around being a woman, for those of you who identify as a woman. Bitterness and self-doubt have no place in well-being. It is good to nourish your body with self-love and gentleness. That's what I have for you, Group 2. Thank you so much. let's go ahead and pull your cards. I lost Group 2's reading earlier because I ran out of space in my device and I did not notice, but I hadn't gotten to your group just yet when I realized. Spirit, what's going on for Group 2? Or sorry, what's going on for Group 3? What does Group 3 need to know? One more. Okay. Show me Group 3, please, Spirit. What does Group 3 need to know? Too many cards. Let's try this way. Thank you. The world. It's so, when this happens, it's a little frustrating. I switch up how I shuffle. Sometimes it helps. Too many cards. Show me Group 3, please, Spirit. What does Group 3 need to know? Thank you. Two major arcana for Group 3. Thank you. Okay. All right. May I get clarification, please, for Group 3? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, no? Okay. Thank you. The moon. Okay, and what's crossing you? Group 3. Thank you. Page of Pentacles. Oh, All right, let's take a look. Let me grab my phone. I will use this guidebook if I feel called to, but I've mostly been liking to use the website, Labyrinthos. The World card. For the energy you are coming from. Fulfillment, harmony, completion, achievement, a sense of belonging, wholeness. To encounter the world in your cards is to encounter a great unity and wholeness. It symbolizes the moment when the inner and outer worlds, self and other, become a single entity. In some traditions, this state is described as enlightenment or nirvana. There is a recognition that the individual self is profoundly linked with all other things, and that we all dance and sway along the flow of life to one rhythm. Not only do you hear this rhythm, but you participate in it, following the dips and the rises, the joys and the sorrows. The meaning of the World card is fulfillment, achievement, and completion. This shows that all the efforts that you have been putting in place are starting to pay off. There has been a spiritual awakening for Group 3 in a very big way. A very, very, very big way. For Group 3, I feel that there is a healing that has needed to take place, to begin for a very long time. And in your recent past, you have started to see the fruits of your labor. For your current moment, Death card reversed. Fear of change, holding on, repeating negative patterns, resisting change, stagnancy. You're afraid. There are many modalities in you that need to be healed. And you fear repeating old patterns. And that is on your mind a lot recently as you continue in this healing process. The death reversal meaning is still about change, but that you have been resisting it. You could be worried about letting go of the past, or you could not be sure of the changes that you need to make to go forward. For Group 3, I feel as though, even though you are making great strides in your healing because of this recent awakening, there is an assessment of your to-dos. What needs to be addressed? How can we address it? And the fear that comes with that. There is a drive, there is a determination with you. But that fear, regret for your past, Group 3, you've found yourself realizing that you have neglected to make very, very necessary changes that have been calling to you for years. Death does not have to be a card of regret, especially if you heed its warning. Yeah. And a lot of you in group 3 are. I see it. The 9 of Pentacles. Fruits of labor, rewards, luxury. Rewarded efforts, success, achievement, independence, leisure, material security, self-sufficiency. That's beautiful, okay? This future can change. It can change tomorrow. It can change the next day. But in the current moment, for this to be in the future position is so beautiful. This is profound growth. Profound growth. The 9 of Pentacles card indicates that the querent has reached a stage in their lives where they are confident, independent, and self-sufficient. Through hard work, this person is now ready to enjoy money, leisure, and material comforts. Some of you in group 3 are searching for a meaningful career or perhaps a change in job. And in this immediate future, I see it coming to you. That abundance that you have so patiently been waiting for as a reward for this deep spiritual work that you have been doing. Like the other 9s in the tarot, sometimes this card indicates that the querent has not yet reached completion in their journey. There is something that is missing here, the element of her community and relationships. The gifts of the suit are meant to be shared, and yet this woman is so far from home. The 9 of Pentacles can also be about a specific time period of this person's life. This time is about restraint and grace. Diplomacy and grace will lead to the desired outcome. I'm getting stress test. I'm getting stress test for group 3. Whatever you're healing, it has affected other people in the past. You know this. You move with intention. You know the hard work that needs to be done. The 7 of Scythes as a clarifier. Deception, lies, strategy, trickery, resourcefulness, sneakiness, cunning. Some of you in group 3 have maneuvered through life in a way that, for whatever reason, doesn't fully align with your lived experience. Perhaps because of shame, because of insecurity, because of fear. The 7 of Swords in general is said to be about betrayal and deception. When you get this card, it may imply that you or someone else in your life is having difficulty getting away with something. There are instances when we are forced to be sneaky, hoping that we will not be discovered. When we are found out, we have to face the consequences, whether it's embarrassment, punishment, or worse. Sometimes this happens when there are instances where you had to think on your feet and did something that was somewhat shrewd and out of character. Now there is a danger of the secret coming out. The big question when looking at the Seven of Swords is whether escaping will solve this problem that you are facing. While you might be thinking that you have gotten away, you discovered that the situation has cornered you and you were found out as you were trying to escape. This is in reference to this awakening right here. This is in reference to the modalities that you need to heal, that you realized that you needed to heal, that you need to begin healing. You were made aware of these modalities in a very painful way recently. One that really called to you deeper than any other time you had the realization that you needed to grow. The Two of Stakes. Two of Wands. Planning, making decisions, leaving home. Planning, first steps, making decisions, leaving comfort, taking risks. The work, you are doing it. You are doing this work, this important work that needs to be done. The Two of Wands is a more mature version of the Ace of Wands, meaning that this tarot card is all about planning and moving forward, progression. Look at it this way. You have already set out to achieve a particular task, which means you have turned an idea into a realistic plan. Such a plan will require fulfillment, and therefore you have to progress from just having the plan to actually achieving what you set out for. Discovery is being considered as another Two of Wands meaning. This is because it means that you are stepping out of your cocoon and exploring new experiences and worlds. While the beginning might seem tough and difficult, the Two of Wands card encourages you to strive on and push forward. Beautiful. The Two of Wands card also means that you are beginning to realize your objectives and long-term goals before you set out to achieve these objectives. In other words, you have strived to get to where you are and are now moving forward. And now, moving forward, you have your long-term goals in mind. Absolutely beautiful. I love group 3. This is a wonderful reading. The Moon, very private, the Moon. Deep internal work. Harkening back to this necessary healing that needs to be done. Harkening? Not sure which one it is. Referencing. Referring back to. I will read the description either way. Unconscious, illusions, intuition. You're using your intuition to guide you. You are undergoing a very secret process, a very personal process inside of your mind. This card also refers to uncertainty and confusion, secrets. On one hand, the Moon card can symbol your imagination is taking the best of you. I don't think that's the case here. Perhaps for some of you, you're anxious about the path forward because you're unsure if you're taking the right steps. But you are. I can see it in this reading. You need to be aware of the situations that are causing fear and anxiety in your mind, whether it is now or in the future. It alerts you not to allow inner disturbances and self-deception to take the best of you. These deep memories and fears must be let go, and the negative energies must be released and turned into something constructive, a deep healing. What's crossing you? The Page of Pentacles. Ambition, desire, diligence, lack of commitment, greediness, laziness. For the Page of Pentacles to be crossing the Death card reversed, I see this as more of a positive crossing, a helping energy. I very clearly see this in an upright position, though it's crossing you. The Page of Pentacles card depicts a youth standing all by themselves in a wide field surrounded by flowers. In the background, you will notice several lush trees and a furrowed field. The person seems to be walking in a slow manner and appears unaware of his surroundings. I try to keep the descriptions not gendered. If you notice me changing the words, I just want it to be as general as possible. The young person seems to be walking in a slow manner and appears unaware of their surroundings, for their attention is completely captured by the coin they are holding, and all that it represents: ambition, security, wealth, nature, and sensuality. The Page of Pentacles symbolizes a person who is grounded, loyal, and diligent. You're doing the work. Group 3, you are doing that work. And it's beautiful to see. And I hear you and I see you. I understand the difficulty of it. But you are working so hard. Let's pull an Oracle of Ascendance for you. Can't do it this way. These are these are very difficult to shuffle in that way. So I will do it this way instead. Spirit, may I please have an Oracle of Ascendance card for group 3? Whoa, way too many. Thank you. Element of water. Be like water. Be like water comes to mind. Be like water. The element of water. Page 51. Water governs the west, sunset, fall, the color blue, the planet Venus, and the moon, and the zodiac signs Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Its tools are the chalice and cauldron. Water is the emotional, flowing, calming, and balancing element, though it reminds us that strength can come from many facets, not simply from force, but from resilience, perseverance, determination, and patience. Water reminds us that hard work and dedication pay off. When it appears in your reading, it tells you that the work you are doing is worthwhile, even if it may not seem so at the current moment. The energies of water grant patience and determination, so if you feel you are stuck in your situation, remember that you have access to these resources whenever you need help. Beautiful. I love to see it. Okay, and some crystal cards. May I please have however many crystal cards group 3 would be helpful for group 3, please? this way. Oh, we got one. All right. Eye of the Storm. Is that the name of the stone? I wonder. 48. I'll have to look up and see if this is the actual name of the stone, or what this stone might be, if that's not it. Eye of the Storm is a safe haven for your soul, a calm center, no matter what upheavals may occur. Oh, this reading. A life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you keep things in perspective. You may be allowing the challenges and traumas of life to push you off center. Stress and pressure are a major cause of your disease. You could be focusing too closely on one aspect of life to the detriment of others. Look at the wider picture. Time to relax and let go of your stress. Stay mindful rather than watchful. Excess adrenaline adversely affects your immune system. Switch on the positive potential in your cell walls. Meditate quietly to rejuvenate your DNA. You can stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. What a beautiful reading. This was my favorite one of the entire pull. Okay, guys. Thank you all so much. This has been wonderful. Ooh, this has been wonderful and beautiful, and I think that I will be doing more readings like this in the future. I have a difficulty with feeling into all of the zodiac signs. Sometimes the energy is very heavy for me, and so I'm very glad that I gave this kind of reading a chance and that it flowed so smoothly, and I'm looking forward to next time, definitely. I hope all of you have a beautiful and wonderful week. Until next time. If you resonated with any of these readings, or if you didn't resonate with any particular one, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and leave me a like or dislike if you would like. All right, guys.